Hi guys, it's Julie here at Lighthouse Intuitive Tarot and Inspirations, and I wanted to do a quick deck review for you guys. So this is the deck called Mystic Mondays, and it's a tarot deck by Grace Duong. Sorry, it's like I wasn't ready to say that. Anyway, this is the box. I have opened this deck before and I've used it a few times, but in case you're not familiar with this deck, I wanted to take you through it pretty quickly here. It comes with a really nice guidebook inside. The guidebook is very comprehensive with color reference to the cards themselves and really nice interpretations of the tarot messages for both upright and reversed. So there's quite a lot of work and thought put into the guidebook, which I really like. And there's the deck. So this is the rest of the box. This is the back of the box. It highlights some of the cards there for you. Tells you a little bit about what inspired the deck. And here's the deck itself. So this is the back of the cards, which I really enjoy the sacred geometry and the Turkish and Egyptian Eye of Horus sort of reference. It's an interpretation of that sort of the no evil eye. And you can see that we've got sort of a holographic side on the cards, which is really pretty. It's silver. And then these are the cards themselves. So there's the Ace of Swords and the King of Swords. They're very geometric and they're simplified. This is Temperance. So there's, in my opinion, there's a minimalistic quality to these cards, and I like the colors used. The colors for me represent a chakral sort of reference to the energies that are present within the card. So for example, the Strength here is showing us a rooted energy with the red and the deep pink reddish tones coming through the sacral energy, the sacral energy, and then some of the throat energies as well, the self energy, and it's the Strength card. And here's the Tiger, which you would see on a lot of the classic decks. The Strength is a figure of what seems to be a female figure as well as a lion instead of a tiger. So some decks feature a tiger. This is one of them. Sorry if you can hear my cat in the background. I have multiple cats and my littlest one just got spayed, and her big sister, who's 2, is being nasty about the whole thing. She doesn't like the way she smells, so if the little one comes anywhere near her, she hisses at her. Anyway, this doesn't have anything to do with the card review, but I just thought I'd let you know in case you can hear it. I don't know if you can. Pretty stop. So back to what I was saying with this card, you get sort of the lower chakral energies that are so important to committing to your inner strength and finding those reserves of strength. It really involves feeling secure, and feeling like you trust in your personal power, your creative power, your right to be here, and then bringing that to voice, and pink. I mean, the heart space energy is often green space, but it's also shown with beautiful pink light as well. Very often heart space energy is represented with pinks, layers of pinks. So anyway, spent a long time on that card, but as you can see, a lot of the cards have these color palettes. And there's a lot of use of, like I said, geometric shapes. So for me personally, I see reference to sacred geometry in them. I don't know if other readers out there or other card collectors might agree with that, but that's what I pull out of quite a lot of the cards. I can kind of get these sort of mandala, the beginnings of mandala visions from them because of their geometric aspects. So again, it's a very creative deck. I find it very beautiful. I really like the weight of the cards. The cards are a nice weight. They're glossy, which does make them slippery. But I don't find that they're too slippery to handle for me personally. I have long fingers, so when I'm shuffling and when I have the cards in my hands, I do find that they're easy enough for me to manage. If your hands are a little smaller, you might not find that, but they're an average size card. So you can see there's a nice representation as well of both male and female energies, you know, what we would classically sort of consider male and female energies. And they tend to follow, you know, what you would find in the Rider-Waite pretty typically. There are also animal reference energies, which is very beautiful. So I like that sort of change up. I feel like the deck is quite modern, so it'll probably appeal to, you know, a lot of like a wide variety of tarot readers. So I would say that this is a really great deck. I personally enjoy it very much. Sorry for when you get glare when I move the deck around. Maybe I'll just sort of like do this for you, and you can get an idea of all the color and the beauty that's in there. There's the Ace of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, the Hierophant, Two of Pentacles, you know, the Knight of Pentacles, the Lovers. Oh, the Lovers. Isn't that sweet? I love that card. Yeah, and I love that the deck is gilded in silver. I love the black back to it, and I love that it's just a nice sort of different take on what we so often see in tarot. So I really enjoy the different aspects of the deck. I like the nice fluid gender representation as well. I mean, you know, with gender and with masculine and feminine energies, we all have both of those within us, right? We're made up of all of the energies. So I really like to see that there is a nice representation of all of the different layers of energies and some gender neutrality even within the deck. So that's an encouraging aspect of it, I find. And yeah, I just love the sacred geometry reference. I love the colors, love the weight, love the gilding, love the guidebook. So just as an example, let's just take a random card. I'm going to cut it, pull it. Ooh, we got the Wheel of Fortune. Of course we did. How very exciting. Let's read it. And I'm just going to do it as an example for you so that you can kind of get a sense of what the write-ups look like. Have I gone there? Yeah, there we are. Okay. So Wheel of Fortune. I'll hold it for you here like I do. And I feel like there's a reflection that I don't like there. I'm trying to hold it for you guys. Sorry, not to be too fussy with it, but the cards are really quite glossy, so that's what I'm saying. You will get some shine off of them. Anyway, so the Wheel of Fortune, by example, is number 10, of course, in the Major Arcana. It's aligned with Jupiter, and in the upright, it's change, fate, and karma. And in the reversed, it's unfortunate events, resisting change, or resisting letting go. So let's read the upright, because that's how I like to read personally. I don't really like to focus on the negatives too much. I like to focus on the solutions. Change is coming, whether you like it or not. Fate has stepped in and is now calling the shots, moving you into a critical new phase of your life. You may be feeling like things are outside of your control, and they are. You can choose to complain, or you can choose to adapt. There is comfort in uncertainty, even if the unknown feels intimidating. Everything happens for a reason, so have faith that these changes are happening for your highest good. Life is full of cycles, and it's impossible to have the good times without the bad times. Contrast is not only necessary, but completely inevitable. Just because events feel like they're outside of your control doesn't mean you have to take a back seat. Remain active and avoid complacency. Trust that this is exactly where you need to be right now. So yeah, it's an interesting, take on the Wheel of Fortune. And, it speaks to the classic Wheel of Fortune, of course. The talk of change and that the wheel is in spin. The takeaway that I always add to the Wheel of Fortune, because the way that I always really feel about the Wheel of Fortune is the Wheel of Fortune is going to spin in whatever direction you will it in, really, when it's showing up. It's saying, it's a reminder to check back into your personal power and recognize that your perspective on a situation is what's going to influence whether it's a positive or a negative for you. Because even, obviously, I mean, not to sound cliche, but even as it was saying in this book, the things that seem negative, of course, that's not to say that they aren't actually negative. Some things just are actually negative, right? But it's what we do with the things that feel negative and that show up as negative for us in our estimation, from our perspective. How do we reframe it? How do we move around it or accept it and allow for it and grow from it? It's all of those things, right? And the Wheel of Fortune is just reminding you that the wheel will spin in the direction that you see it from. So to be careful with how, what kind of narrative you're allowing in your daily existence and to run through your mind. Anyway, I've gotten now into a reading somehow. It wasn't the intention. But in any case, love the deck. Think it's great. I think that it's playful. I think that it's well thought out. I think that it's fun. And I'd say that it's worth the investment. So you can certainly get it on Amazon. The prices will vary because Amazon's deck pricing varies. But yeah, I would say check this deck out if you're looking for something a little bit different and a little bit fun. Thanks for being here. Bye.